people were in water despondency. His Excellency Eleko took up the challenge and became our leader through most difficult times. He was not just an ordinary leader, he was a transformational leader and made us get away from not recognizing who we are to developing self-reliance, self-confidence in ourselves.
Anambra State, hold together for next time, because there might be no hero no more. It's been so long, so long.
For Biafra must be restored, for there is nothing the enemies can do about it. We have come that the will of the Most High may prevail. Radio Biafra is unorthodox. The way we do things are markedly different from how others do it. We are under divine instruction. We have come that Chukwukika may take control of these very proceedings this evening, for we are nothing without him. O Elohim, Chukwukika Biama Puremi, unto thee we repose all that we are. Do not allow your children IPOB to be put to shame. Do not allow us to be devoured by the hands of the wicked. Do not allow us, O mighty one, to fall prey to those who do not know thee. You will deliver us, not because we are righteous, but because of your mercy. Hear our cry and our supplication. We are not armed. We have not killed anyone. We have not jailed anyone. We have not done anything at all to warrant the level of destruction and carnage being visited upon your children. The same way Israel suffered, so is Biafra suffering today. And if you can deliver Israel, so will you deliver Biafra. That is our hope. That is our anchor of everything that we hold dear as a race and as a people. You brought Biafra that light may come into Africa. You gave us hope because we are in a continent of hopelessness. And by thy grace, Biafra shall be restored. We shall be resurrected. We shall crown our efforts with the glory by the grace of the Most High himself. We are not strong. We do not pretend to be strong. All we do is to submit ourselves to your will, that your will may be done upon our lives. We have lost many people. We have lost so many good people. Their sacrifice will never be forgotten. We shall honor them, and for their sake Biafra will come. Israel lost people, and today Israel is here as a beacon of hope in a land filled with darkness. We beseech thee, Elohim, because we are wandering all over the world, hoping against every hope that things will turn around for the better. It has never turned around for the better. Instead, it is getting worse. Please do not abandon your children. You have given us a commission, and we must accomplish it in our lifetime. We have come to honor your holy name. We have come to praise thee. We have come to honor thee, that your name may be glorified, adored, and praised forever and ever. He said, I welcome each and every one of you, wherever you are all over the world. And I ask
good morning, good afternoon, and good night, depending on your time zone. This is Biafra Radio. My name still remains Mazi. George is Chukuma. I reside here in the United Kingdom, and apparently it is 10:54 a.m. here in UK. I'm reaching you out from London, and we continue. This is the continuation of the proceedings in Abuja between the Zoological Republic of Nigeria and Biafra, which is our leader, Mazi. The proceedings has commenced this morning as supposed to, and we come in this time because we just following what's supposed to be. So like I said, I'm gonna have a cross section of our people that's there in Abuja to give us some spot accounts. Mazi Lawman will be joining me in the studio. But there's a couple of stuff that I might be reading through, which is what we have seen in the court today, if I'm not mistaken. Um, so we got some trend, I think is on the Facebook as well. If you're following on Biafra Radio, you will see the trend there, and issues that have transpired, which probably I will read a couple of them before Lawman joins me here in studio in another video clip presented. This is a 1 second. I got some couple comments on trend on what has been transpired. I think this is what actually happened on the court today. So yeah, in another video clip presented by the defense from the flash drives makes an exhibit. A different man was seen making a statement. Everyone must put hands together to fight Boko Haram and restore peace. It is possible to leave the fight solemn to the police. Everyone must rise to defend themselves. This time to start now. After the clay play, defense. Who is a man? Who who is this man that just spoke? The PW2, and he is our director general defense. What is his name? P2 Olawasoti Ajayi. Defense, did you hear him say the communities must arm themselves? I think this is the video of the DG of DSS. I think they played it in court today, wasn't it? Okay, so these are the cross sections, So, and he goes on to say, "Do you agree with me? We agree with everything he said." He said, "Yes." Uh, in response, Justice James Omotosho firmly stated that he will give within 6 days for the prosecution to present all their remaining witnesses. Otherwise, the court will close the prosecution case and proceed to defense. And the defense team resumed cross-examination of the second prosecution witness, which is PW2BB. And the defense has the defense has the defendant international passports being in your custody. P2, I know defense has the defendant traveled abroad. P2, EW2, he told me he had been to many countries. The defense was the broker's evidence you presented made in Nigeria. PW2, I don't know. Defense, his name, Biafra proscribed. PW2, I don't know, but I know IPOB is a proscribed group. This is quite pathetic. And defense goes on, about 5 years ago, did you obtain a statement from the defendant? PW2, I did get a statement and I didn't see any. Defense, do you have any report of the investigation? PW2, yes. And defense, may we see it? PW2, it is not in my possession. The government has it. This is kind of weird. I don't. It's just too much. The government have it. So this matter is not just the DSS. The government have it, and it goes on again. The investigation, and it goes on again. The investigation and the military and the defense. After receiving the letter from the Attorney General of Federation of AG, you reply to him, witness. I don't know. I don't reply directly to AGF, the defense. Are you aware that no report was made to AGF witness? I'm not aware. All this whole thing is a bit of mess. But this is what this is like a cross section from the defense to the PW2BB. As he made today. So it's one of a couple of the cross-examine is what I'm reading here. Maybe, and it's in our Biafra Radio Facebook page. You could get onto it if you want to. But I'm just waiting for the cross-section of our correspondent down in Abuja to give us a spot account. And it goes on to say, the defense, do you have any recording of people saying The defendant asked them to do anything unlawful. Witness, I don't have. Other witnesses will bring some evidence. Okay, some other witnesses will bring some. So they still have some witnesses that they have recruited. We are waiting. Before IPOB was proscribed, it wasn't an illegal organization, correct? P2, yes, my lord. Defense, do you know that members of IPOB are not criminal witness if they did not do anything bad? Then no. Just give me a second.
Without fear before our enemies, we have sworn an oath to restore Biafra, or we die in the process. There will be no retreat and no surrender. If the option they give to us is to seek our restoration by violence, every living thing
Yeah, welcome back. I'm just gonna go onto intermediary and wait for the man on the ground to come on and give us on spot account. I'm just gonna wait for him to come in. So I'm just gonna put a video for intermediary for him to come in.
My name is Dr. Sylvester Onyia, President of American Military Veterans of Igbo Descent, AVID. I'm here today with Rising Sons and ambassadors for self-determination. We're in the state capital to bring our concerns to the American folks that Nnamdi Kanu need to be released now. A lot of people have talked about him being unjustly incarcerated for nothing. He is not the problem of Nigeria. If anything, he's the solution to solve Nigerian problems. We're asking President Tinubu, just like we asked President Buhari, that got him in the first place, to release him. They have not done anything to anybody. On this note, we are reminding the world about what happened in January 2017, when inauguration of Donald Trump was celebrated in Port Harcourt, and the Nigerian government shot down and killed over 27 young youths of Igbo descent, IPOB young stars, for doing nothing but cheering up the president of their choice. This happened and nobody have been brought to account for that. We are asking that the government of the United States under Donald Trump, present president, to look into that massacre, because it was democracy that was being celebrated, and those youths were happy, rejoicing that such a good thing happened, and the military went and killed them all like chickens. We continue to ask, what is it that you're holding in Nnamdi Kanu for? And we believe, as a British citizen, the British government's hand is in it, because Nnamdi was discussing about the atrocities they're doing in Nigeria. They don't want any development in Nigeria. Everything that we are doing is what Nnamdi was preaching on, and everything he have said before have happened today, and it's still happening. The jihadis coming in to work for the British government and to be killing people, the Fulani herdsmen, the terrorists, and that's what they are, killing people, trying to displace indigenous people, trying to take their lands from them, land grabbing. We want the world to look into it, more especially the United States government. For one thing, if nothing is done, once these jihadis get hold of the southeast, the Christians that they're trying to exterminate, they will have hold of the sweet crew. And once that happens, the next thing will be to challenge the United States and even the Britain that is encouraging them to do their bad deeds.
So, Father, I've heard that a Nigerian government official, the Inspector General of the DSS, Department of State Services, has said, Nigerians, defend yourselves from the terrorists and the bandits, end quote. So, Father, as a minister of God, do you support self-defense, especially where it may lead to the killing of your assailant?
Thank you very much, sir, for the question. And if you don't mind, let me begin by thanking you and your colleagues who have been working with us tirelessly to bring to the awareness of the world the level of injustice that is going on in Nigeria. It's getting too much. And at some point, somebody somewhere has to stand up and say, enough is enough. Now, coming to your question, yes, the Director General of DSS, who in American context, we might equate to the Director of Homeland Security, is a special government official in Nigeria who is privy to top secret intelligence, actually. For him to step forward and publicly told Nigerians, arm and defend yourselves, tells me a couple of things. One, Nigeria is either becoming a failed state or is already a failed state. Why? Because he said that they don't have enough government manpower to defend you. The military, the police, the DSS, that they don't have enough power to defend their citizens. What is the primary responsibility of any government? Democratic government, to defend the lives and property of the people. So, for the Director of DSS to say we don't have what it takes to protect you Nigerians, it means that they are incapacitated. Self-defense is a natural phenomenon If I were to pinch you now, you will blink unconsciously in defense of yourself. So self-defense is a natural phenomenon. But in the context of the DSS, honestly, I wasn't expecting that we shall come to that level at which the common people are required to arm themselves and defend themselves. But guess what? It has happened. In other words, what it means is you're on your own. If anything happens to you, you have yourself to blame. Now, because self-defense is a natural phenomenon, I have never read about any law, moral law, Christian law, civil law, natural law that is against self-defense. None whatsoever. But you know what? Where you have a good government, you take it for granted that you are protected. And so it's not even a question of whether I support it or not, or whether it is legal or not. And then for the government to say, defend yourself. Now, we are taking self-defense to a higher level. The level of you have to do everything possible to protect your life. Your life is the most precious gift God has given you. Very, very precious. God has given us a precious life to take care of, and we should guard it judiciously. But what is happening in Nigeria is that a group of bandits, terrorists, have taken it upon themselves to be massacring people at will. They carry arms all over the place, unchecked, unhindered. And they are decimating ethnic groups. In the name of herders, farmers, clash, rubbish. There is more to it. There is a hidden agenda. And that is ethnic cleansing and religious persecution. That is what has been going on. At this point in time, I will actually go the extra mile to advocate for self-defense. And people should defend themselves. And I'm asking my people, you cannot waste the life, precious life God has given you. You must defend it. Because there's no way. It has come to that. If the government tells you to defend yourself, defend yourself. That's what I will tell my people. And then I will ask our brothers and sisters in diaspora, especially here in America, who are from Igbo descent. Igbos here in America and Europe, organize yourselves, raise money, and make sure that your respective communities at home are protected. Have a very working vigilante groups, and make sure that your communities are protected. The time to pretend that everything is okay back home in Nigeria is gone and may never come back until that country disintegrates. Because honestly, a failed state, the only solution to a failed state is disintegration to attend whole Israel. Everybody should go and take care of themselves. From the local communities, maybe to the regional level. And guess what? This is exactly what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been preaching for more than 10 to 15 years. That these people are coming. These are mercenaries sponsored by the Fulani hegemony to decimate the rest of the ethnic groups in Nigeria. And the government has done little or nothing to stop them. And to our greatest embarrassment, or even being fair to them, they have now told us officially that there's not much they can do.
So, Bruce Fine, as a constitutional lawyer and the International Council for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and you've visited Nigeria many times. Your client has served over 5 years in prison. What is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's current situation, and how has the current state of the Nigerian Constitution and the rule of law affected Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's freedom?
Well, thank you for that wonderful question. We're really gathered here today to pay homage to Nnamdi Kanu and his unsurpassed courage that has given the Biafrans hope, which is what sustains a people and moving forward towards justice. Nnamdi Kanu was victim of a crime, crime perpetrator was the nation of Nigeria. In 2021, he was kidnapped and tortured in Kenya. He was then returned to Nigeria, where he's been denied a trial for now over 4 years. I helped precipitate a ruling from the working group on arbitrary detention in Geneva, holding very unambiguously and calling for the immediate and unconditional of Nnamdi Kanu, because the government of Nigeria had violated 16 human rights covenants that were binding on all nations, whether they accepted them or not. The Nigerian government has flouted that decree now for almost 3 years. Nnamdi Kanu remains in isolation. Again, he's never ever been given an opportunity for a trial. There are repeated adjournments because there is no evidence. I've examined the indictments. They're really quite hollow. They don't have any specificity of what Nnamdi Kanu did that caused any kind of violence or harm. And at present, there still is no scheduled trial date. It's a continuing criminal violation by the Nigerian government. The great irony is that the real case should be Nnamdi Kanu versus the government of Nigeria, which should be in the defendant's chair. One of the things that's very astonishing is that for hundreds of years of Anglo-American jurisprudence, there's a motto: crime should not pay. The Nigerian government is trying to make their crime against Nnamdi Kanu pay, which is intolerable.
Bruce, what can be done to the government of Nigeria to help free Mazi Kanu?
Well, there are several precedents. One, during apartheid, South Africa was suspended from the United Nations General Assembly until Nelson Mandela was released. And there's nothing that prevents petitions now to the United Nations General Assembly insisting that Nigeria be suspended until they release Nnamdi Kanu. That's one possibility. Another would be if you had the president issue an executive order says there are going to be no Nigerian visas to visit the U.S. until Nnamdi Kanu is released. That would impress upon all Nigerians the penalty they're paying because the government is being so lawless and tyrannical. There are other options, like having an international arms embargo on Nigeria until Nnamdi Kanu is released, having very, very high tariffs on anything sold by Nigeria until Nnamdi Kanu is released. These are financial pressures. They've been utilized in other countries in the past. It's a matter of political will, not law.
Chief Ugonna, how do the attacks on the Christian community and the continued injustice faced by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu serve as a serious warning sign for all Nigerians about the state of justice and freedom in the country?
You know, that's an excellent question, and thank you for posing that. I want to tell you a short story. I've been going to the region for 20 years, and the first 10 years that I was there, it was quite peaceful, at least in the southeast. Some of this was brewing already in the north, but in the southeast and the spaces where I was at with the Igbo, quite frankly, was fairly peaceful. And then, right around the time actually when they put Mazi Nnamdi Kanu under chains, things blew up. And more than that, I think when people in the villages and the boroughs of Southeast Nigeria look at this, they see, wow, if they can.
Yeah, Maz Loman, you're live on air.
Okay, thank you very much, Mazi, for holding on. Good afternoon, fellow Biafran. Good morning to you all, wherever you are watching from. Specifically from Abuja, it is good morning from here. Today, the 22nd of May, 2025, was slated for a continuation of cross-examination on the part of the prosecution witness by the defense team, that is the lawyer of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Today, as usual, the PW2 PBB was called in, screened, and also thrown questions spanning from the exhibit. This time, the exhibit were from the defense team. These exhibits or evidence or shreds of evidence, if you like, were contained in a flash drive and were played in court. Series of videos played in court, right from where a couple of persons were heard talking about the insecurity happening in Nigeria, talking about the need for the citizenry to, defend themselves, talking about how and why the national security would not be enough to cater for the defense of the citizens in Nigeria, So following that, the defense team led by Erokoro San had to lead the team, asking questions, throwing questions on the prosecution witness to Mr. BBB. A lot of questions spanning from the legality of ESN, Amotekun, and why and how it is different from ESN. And also alluding to what statements made by few persons in the video clips talking about security. They also cited and asked the prosecution witness if what they had said in that video were in any way, shape, or form the reality on the ground in the country, and they affirmed, in the positive. So it went on and on until the case was closed. The cross-examination was closed on the part of prosecution witness BBB. Therefore, the court had to, incline on the prosecution for the next step in the matter. However, the prosecution said they were yet to, bring on the prosecution witness number 3 and requested for more time to prepare themselves in order to, field their witness. The judge, Justice Omotosho, had to reiterate what the court said yesterday about speedy trial, accelerated hearing, so to say. And the judge had to order that within 2 weeks, these parties A and B, prosecution and defense, should ensure that this matter of cross-examination ends within 14 days, and they would have to choose a couple of days for that. He also reiterated on the part of the prosecution that if they do not prepare themselves within the stipulated dates, which I would mention, the court would have no other option than to close their window, to foreclose them, and also give chance to the defense to conclude and, conclude the case. So that is what happened in conclusion, Mazi. As you can see, the court started very early, 2 minutes after 9 a.m. And within 90 minutes, it could have ended already. So the next adjourned dates, in essence, are May 28 and May 29, then June 6, 16, 18, and 19, So these are the dates in the name of accelerated hearing. The judge, allowed them to make adjustments and also agree upon these set dates for them to meet and also present their witnesses, no matter how many they are. Yeah. And also, on the other hand, the defense should conclude their cross-examination. So let's see how it goes, Mazi. From my own end, I think what the judge has been saying about speedy trials, it seems he's living up to that, because if you understand, the last time we talked about the vacation period, which is inching closer. The annual vacation, I think sometime in June until September. So the judge is trying very hard to make sure that the parties go home with something prior to the state vacation, So, Mazzi, I don't know if you have anything to say from your desk or any question, please.
Not really, Maz. But like I said, you just to buttress on what you've just said. He said it's 20. The next that joined it is 28th and 29th of May. Is that what he said?
Yeah, yeah, May 28 and 29. The 2 dates are in May. Then we have June number 6, day 6 of June, day 16 of June, the 18th of June, and the 19th of June. So these 6 days are within 2 weeks as the judge did order, you know.
Okay, that's perfect. There, I think that's just about it, Mazi. Biafrans, everybody need to just key in and do the right thing to support our leader needed. I don't know, but we'll see where they're coming with this. And I think one of the stuff I read is about they played the video of the DG of DSS. He wasn't it? The DSS director. They played this video where he was urging, that the community should, have their own vigilantes and stuff like that because they could not be able to afford to
Yes, a
yeah.
couple of clips were played contained in the said flash drive, and they said the witness, PW2, identified a number of them. He did identify Governor of Imo State. He did identify the DG of
DSS.
State Security Service. Yeah.
Mhm.
And called his name too. He also identified General T.Y. Danjuma. So the proceedings are summarized on our thread. So I believe people are following as well.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine, Mazi. Okay, thank you very much for your tenacity and holding on. Yeah, I think that's about what we've got for our people, right? Yep.
That's correct.
Yeah, Mazi. Thank
So
you.
I beseech every one of us to hold on to these very dates and continue the support on our leader. Our lawyers will not be able to talk to us because of a couple of things, so that there would not be an excuse, or distraction, so to speak, in this case. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we are aware there's a gag order, but there's nothing we can do. We have to move on anyway. Thank you, Mazi, and thank you. Done enough.
All right.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, fellow comrade and lovers of freedom. Is a short one, but we have to come here to let you know what has happened, and everybody have had it, the date that have scheduled for this accelerated hearing, as they said, and we want to see what they are throwing at us. And I think our lead our lawyers, legal team are doing what they should do, to abiding to if the zoo have law, if the law have to exist, we'll see. So let everybody just key in, and now we hope that we will be here as well to make sure that you guys get us port account. That was the voice of Mazi Lawman, our correspondent there in Abuja. And from here, all I can say is that we all continue to pray for our leader, to give him that fortitude and give him the grace to carry on, because it's not easy. It's not easy. I can tell you for free, it's not easy. And I thank all of you for listening, and those that are going to listen after this. The purpose of this is just to update you on what that transpired today in the Federal High Court of Abuja, and subsequently on the days of coming again, because they still have another 6 days within the 2 weeks, as lawyer of the Georgia Motoshe House requested that they have to do, because the zoo have their delay tactics. They have their thought, witnesses. Maybe they're going to bring the fourth one. But as it progresses, we will be letting you guys know what's going on. I can thank you for listening, and for me from here, it's good morning from London.